The Delta Downs Quarter Horse Racing Report, sponsored by the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association, Robichaux Ranch Incorporated in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, Tate Farms in Ville Platte, Louisiana, Delta Equine Center in Vinton, Louisiana, and the Louisiana Center for Equine Reproduction in Opelousas, Louisiana. Things are good for quarter horse racing in Louisiana. Why? Well, with a minimum of 148 guaranteed quarter horse racing days, and with annual purses exceeding the $22 million mark, and with the Louisiana Breeders Association paying out over $4 million in breeder and stallion awards each year, and with the annual LQHBA yearling sales seeing major increases in median, average, and total gross for 2014, and with Louisiana Quarter Horse Racing having the largest purse of any state-bred futurity with an estimated $1 million purse, you have to say things are definitely good for quarter horse racing in Louisiana. Louisiana-bred quarter horses are faster horses that run for more money.
And hello again, everyone. I'm Greg Thompson of StallionResearch.com. On this episode of the Delta Report, we've been off a couple weeks. We're going to look back at the recaps of the Grade 2 Val's Fortune Stakes as well as the 870-yard Virgil Bond Stakes. We're also going to look at some of the qualifying efforts going into the Firecracker Derby, the Firecracker Futurity, the Lee Berwick Memorial Futurity, as well as the Delta Downs Derby. And we're also going to preview these upcoming stakes races this coming weekend, the Alabama Futurity as well as the Grade 2 Miss Polly Classic. So without further ado, we got a big, healthy show. Let's get right into the recap of the Grade 2 Val's Fortune.
The Grade 2 Val's Fortune Stakes.
And they're off in the Val's Fortune at Delta Downs. Scooter Prize came away superbly to the inside of that one. Open Me a Corona now starts to open up. It's Open Me a Corona accelerating to the lead. I Get the Bruises right down at the rail. Back to third now is Scooter Prize. From there it's Fast Talkin' Henry, and on the outside Dash Engage, but it's going to be Open Me a Corona to win the Val's Fortune.
Open Me a Corona strikes again, this time in the Grade 2 Val's Fortune Stakes at Delta Downs. His third consecutive stakes win for trainer Bobby Martinez and owner Charles Forbes Jr. and Dr. Tommy Hayes. Jockey Raul Ramirez Jr. guided the son of Coronas Leaving You to victory in a time of 19.673 seconds for the 400 yards. And the victory raises his career earnings to surpass the $600,000 career mark. Not too bad for a $22,000 yearling purchase at the LQHBA 2011 yearling sale. Dr. Natalie Montgomery bred Open Me a Corona in the state of Louisiana. Okay, we got plenty more in store here on the Delta Report after these words from our sponsor, Delta Equine Center in Vinton, Louisiana.
Delta Equine Center in Vinton, Louisiana. Viewers can see the stallion roster for 2015 as well as the vast other veterinarian services provided by Delta Equine Center by looking on the web at deltaequincenter.com. Some of the featured stallions standing at Delta Equine is the Grade 1 stakes winning sire Agouti, the son of the legendary Corona Cartel. Grade 1 half-brother to leading sire Shazoom, Shining First Dash, who is by the legendary First Down Dash. The Grade 1 winning and Grade 1 multiple producing sire Country Chicks Man, the son of legendary Chicks Beduino. Quality, integrity. Delta Equine Center in Vinton, Louisiana.
Okay, we're back and ready to look at my favorite division in all of quarter horse racing, the 870-yard distance horses going at it in the Virgil Bond Stakes.
The Virgil Bond Stakes.
And they're off in the Virgil Bond at Delta Downs. We lost a rider at the start. Pat Watson was unseated with Toast a Lady Die. Coming away fast on the inside, JLS Book of Psalms going right out to the lead. MCM Superman is up close racing in second. TF Corona and Passion advances into third. Downtown Force is at the rail in fourth. From there it's Keeping It Cool on the far outside. Casino Winner is splitting horses back there. And at the very back of the pack is the loose horse that hung out very wide and taken out there was Eyes Your Date. Coming to the top of the lane, JLS Book of Psalms and Donald Watson lead by 2.5 lengths. TF Corona and Passion is trying to catch up from second. Then it's Keeping It Cool racing in third. Downtown Forest at the rail, but TF Corona and Passion 25-1 long shot gets the lead late, and TF Corona and Passion wins the Virgil Bond.
The longest shot on the board, TF Corona and Passion surprises everyone to capture the running of the Virgil Bond Stakes from the outside post position around the hook in Vinton under jockey Orlando Valdez for trainer Steven Salazar and owner Renato Contreras. Steve Tate bred this too tough to catch gelding in the state of Louisiana. And you can read the full story and more about the Virgil Bond Stakes in the racing section of StallionResearch.com.
As mentioned, we've been away a couple weeks here on the Delta Report. Let's catch up with some of the top qualifiers for all these futurities and derbies taking place here at Delta Downs in July.
Let's start with the top qualifier in the Firecracker Derby. Michael Taylor trained Zoomin' Baby, a $13,500 2013 Heritage Place yearling selection, picks him up and lays him down rapidly in this trial to post the fastest time in the 400-yard Derby trial under jockey John Hamilton. That moves us to the Grade 2 Firecracker Futurity fastest qualifier, another Michael Taylor trainee with jockey John Hamilton teaming up again with First Fancy Prize, a $140,000 Riadosa yearling sales graduate looking ultra impressive in a time of 17.497 seconds for the 350-yard trial. Moving on to the restricted Grade 3 Delta Downs Derby, the fastest qualifier seen here, Kenny Roberts trained He's a Louisiana Dash under jockey Pat Watson for owner TM Ranch, stopping the timer at 19.755 for the 400 yards to post the fastest time for these set of 3-year-olds going towards the finals on July the 11th. And finally, the finale of the Delta Downs meet, the Grade 1 $634,000 Lee Berwick Memorial Futurity. And the fastest qualifier is Chad Hart and Bobby Coxone, the Renaissance Man, a Kenny Roberts trainee with Patrick Watson, teaming up not only to capture this top spot, but also putting 2 other 2-year-olds into the finals.
Okay, we'll be back after these words from our sponsor, Robichaux Ranch Incorporated in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana.
It's not too late to breed to a Robichaux Ranch stallion in 2015. The stallion roster includes multiple stakes winner First Down Illusion, champion sire He's a Fast Dash, stakes producing sire Jet Black Patriot, a leading sire in 2015 Game Patriot, stakes winning What Have I Gotta Do, the Millionaire 5-Bar Cartel, the stakes winning Fast Prize Jordan, the 2-time champion Toast to Dash. Visit us on the web at RobichauxRanchInc.com.
Okay, we're back here on the Delta Report. Let's look at some of the top contenders going into this weekend stakes action in the Alabama Futurity, as well as the Grade 3 Miss Polly Classic.
We begin our preview section with looking at the 2 top qualifiers going into the Alabama Futurity. Gemma and Stole Lee, 2 Alabama-bred 2-year-olds who competed in the same trial together, qualify first and second going into the finals. Both 2-year-olds look like the one to beat going in the finals. And that leads me to the main contender in the Grade 3 Miss Polly Classic Stakes. The graded stakes winning Little Famous Dash, who has been winless since running away from the field in the Texas Classic Derby of 2014. You can read about both of these stakes and more in the racing preview section of StallionResearch.com. The StallionResearch.com Horseman Spotlight. This week's recipients of the StallionResearch.com Horseman Spotlight goes to jockey David Alvarez, who led all riders this past week with 5 total winners. And in the trainer category, Carlos Saldivar had a big week with 5 wins, leading all other trainers. StallionResearch.com congratulates them both for the success from this prior week of racing at Delta Downs. The Delta Downs Report Stallion Spotlight. This week's Stallion Spotlight goes to the sire Corona's Leaving You, a son of the legendary Sire of Sires Corona Cartel out of the easily smashed mare named Little Bit Rusty. He receives the spotlight this week due to the win in the Grade 2 Val's Fortune Stakes by his son Open Me a Corona. As a runner, Corona's Leaving You took down the opposition, won the Grade 2 Firecracker Futurity, and earned over $278,000 on the track. Thus far in his early career as a producer, he has sired earners of $3.1 million from only 4 crops to race. You can check out his members Stallion page by logging on to StallionResearch.com.
Okay, that's all the time we have for the Delta Report. We'll be back next week to recap the Alabama Futurity as well as the Miss Polly Classic Stakes, the Grade 3 race taking place here at Delta Downs. If you can't be at the racetrack this weekend, go to aqha.com/racing and watch all the Q Racing videos from all the partnering racetracks from across the country. I'm Greg Thompson at StallionResearch.com. We'll see you next week here on the Delta Report.